Take your time. Just take your time, guys. I'm gonna take the pads off your back. And welcome back to Earth.
Definitely somewhere.
Hi there.
Hey.
How we doing? Nobody wants to get up, huh?
Definitely. Yeah, a lot of vibration.
I've got the camera on for now. Take a minute, take some deep breaths. I have some coconut water.
Oh, thank you.
And I have some grapes, just for some, well, there's sugar in the coconut water.
Oh, so awesome.
I still feel the body's still vibrating.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to ask, did anybody go anywhere? Did you have?
I definitely had like the dreams, like in a room, and like I could see shapes, or like I don't know, like people were in a room, and definitely I felt like this white kind of not a cloud, but almost like a mushroom, but white, and I definitely came back here and went off again. Definitely some stuff going on.
Can you, so one, first describe the feeling while you were in these states? What did it feel like to be there?
It just felt like a dream almost. But then
Oh, hold on, could you say your name?
Cloey Onyx. It definitely I felt a lot of vibration. I felt like I was just going, I don't know where I was going, but definitely going to another place in time or place in space. And I was actually jumping back and forth because there's times where I came back here and then I can feel everything in my body vibrating. And then I would like go back. Now I don't know where specifically this was.
Just try to describe that space again in things that you saw. Because it's very hard, you're not in linear time space there, but do the best you can to translate it.
So definitely, it felt like a dream, but then it felt like I was in a room with other people. I can't make them out who, what, when, why, where. But then I felt like I could see other colors, almost like a psychedelic kind of thing with the colors.
Now, were the colors all around you or in a certain location?
It was just more like if you see a void that's black and then you see color.
Okay, so you weren't in it, you were watching it.
Watching it, and then it was the room. And
what colors were you seeing? Because colors have significance.
I want to say bright colors, like maybe a red or orange.
Was it going back and forth to reddish and orange?
No, it was just more like have the way you see geometric shapes. So more like geometric red orange, but it was just very quick.
Right.
And then it was this room, and then it was like a white cloud, but like the shape of like how you would like an umbrella, like an umbrella white cloud.
Over you?
The room, like the whole room.
Okay, almost like a protection, an umbrella.
Yeah, and it was white, and the room seemed to be kind of white, and other people in the room. And then I just snapped out of that. Yeah. And then it was just the feeling of vibratory motion.
Okay. So that's a good description.
Yeah.
Is there anything more that you want to add for people that might be listening to this?
Very strong sensations physically. Still processing for now.
Okay.
That's about it.
And could you share your name?
Justin Garrish.
And so these guys were on the biologically resonant harmonizer for 1 hour. They got a full session. So what was this like for you? Did you go anywhere besides, well, first go into whatever you feel, whatever happened.
Well, actually, my body's still pulsating and vibrating right now, so I feel very, very peaceful. It's very restful. I have, a couple ailments that it seemed to, I could feel the vibrations affecting it.
Where were these ailments in your body?
With my back, mostly. In my stomach, I could feel it.
Just discomfort in your back and stomach? Or was it something specific with your back and stomach?
Well, I have sciatica in my back, so I can feel it affecting me. And I would say in the first quarter, first 25% of this, I definitely, I dozed off, and I guess it was a dream, or so I was watching myself. I was in the house. I was watching myself. It wasn't very clear what I was doing, but I was watching myself, and it was kind of out there.
Real quick, I want to go back to sciatica and then back to your state. Would you stand up for a moment? So did you have a certain amount of pain like when you first came in here?
Yeah.
And what does that feel like at this time? Like bend over? Is it any looser? Any better?
A little bit looser. A little bit looser. I can feel the vibrating on it. Just lower back pain.
Okay. All right. So let's go back. So you find yourself first. What's the first thing that you found yourself? What was the very first thing you remember?
Well, I went off, and I was watching myself. I was in a house. I'm not really sure what I was doing or thinking or the intent of anything I was doing, but I was just watching myself for a while, which is pretty weird.
You weren't right. You were watching you.
I was watching myself, yeah.
Okay.
I guess it was a very deep dream, you could say. And then from there, it was just kind of just pitch black. And like Cloey said, I came back a couple times, and it was just in the zone. Very, very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. My whole body was vibrating.
Cool. And also for you, you may have after effects. Something you notice has shifted or changed.
Right.
Remember, you're putting resonant harmonic tones throughout your entire body. That will affect not only the cells of your body and their vibration, because there's a lot of stress in the world, but also your energy field, and then therefore how life aligns. Right. Do things go more smooth than they have been? Do you notice any kind of pattern shift a bit?
I'm definitely
very possible. Because
yeah.
As we know, we create from our feelings and our emotions the energy going out. And because we are the gods, and God is creative, what we are feeling and emanating out, and sometimes we can't always control that in younger evolving states,
right,
is going to end up being reflected back to us.
So does because I am a fresh slate, I haven't seen the website, I haven't seen anything. This is a good opportunity for me to not even be what's the word? Is it imposed on
right.
somebody else?
You didn't get an impression from someone else.
Yes.
Although,
so it's interesting because speaking of that, I am very much so right now, present moment, into changing or shifting that consciousness, right? So a lot of the work that I do personally within myself is to change or pretty much reprogram the subconscious. So
Mhm.
myself specifically, he knows, now you will know, that I in the last few months have delved into a lot of plant medicine in order to help shift my subconscious or reprogram the subconscious.
Mhm.
And a lot of it is a battle from previous, how, all my years of life.
Yes.
And then now trying to kind of, well, when you do certain plant medicines, they look at it as a rebirth, right?
Mhm.
So rebirth, and now, but you still have the bombardment or being bombarded by, like you said, all of people's other energies, all of, just the negation of how a society moves and acts, and trying to remove yourself from that, and trying to, like you said, be my own creator, reprogram my subconscious, and be more positive, or just to focus on the things only that I want to attract, right? So, in saying all of that, I guess my question is, does this contraption machine, this whole experience we have, do these affect the way that we think, believe, move? Like when you said set an intention.
Yes, so I'll explain.
Yes.
So let's go for the traumatic experiences we have.
Yes.
Every thought form,
Mm-hmm.
every emotion, energy in motion is a waveform of data and information.
A frequency.
It's data and information.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you talk into a computer and you see the vibratory waves when you're recording something,
Yes.
These vibratory waves have the etched in pattern of the experience and your response to it. These get lodged. Every thought, every emotion, everything that we've ever had gets lodged into the cells of our body, which is what's recording the data, and into our energy field, spiritual energy field. As you know, you can feel if you're around somebody that has good vibes or bad vibes. Well, those vibes are literally data of information in their field, where they're coming from, what they think, how they feel as a conglomerate. So when we store these past patterns, and you're doing a lot to try to break them down. So when you have a traumatic experience, let's think of it as a very thick waveform,
Okay.
lodged deeply in. And when you get into situations that remind you of that situation, it's almost like hitting a string on a piano. So inside your cells has this vibratory wave unique to that experience, and it starts to vibrate, and it comes up in your consciousness. So for people with PSTDs, they are feeling that again, where you go into a very guarded state automatically in certain situations, because it's automatic because of what happened in the past.
Gotcha.
With what you're doing with plant medicines, purifying your body, and taking and using adjuncts like the biologically resonant Harmonizer, here's what this does. The resonant tones are vibrating through your body. We have varying energetic blocks in our body from all of these experiences, plus the pollution toxins that we've taken in. They're going to vibrate and break them up. So we've had people describe in their second chakra the vibration getting stuck there. And then all of a sudden, within 5 minutes, they felt it just go through, and they could feel the energy running right up to their throat. Blocked energy, probably from childhood sexual trauma. Okay, now that lodged yichi energy is being broken through, broken apart. So when these lower vibratory forms are broken apart within us, the sting of the past becomes lessened, and sometimes can be completely released. And it's not that you won't remember the event, it's that it won't affect you. You'll be able to just view it of something that happened, but not something that any longer affects you. So this can happen on one treatment on this. But by doing, let's say you have one of the pads at home. You don't need all three.
Yeah.
by doing this treatment over daily and there's thousands of soundtracks
Okay.
to choose from.
Yeah.
So you can experiment with 528 hertz, or that's cell regeneration and God frequency. You can experiment with pineal gland frequencies, open up that third eye, and all sorts of stuff that they have that's available for free. So when we sell the Harmonizer, we don't have additional tracks that we're going to make you pay for like other people.
Yeah.
So when you're sending these resonant tones over and over and over, you're reinforcing harmonic resonant tones. You're opening up the free flow of energy in your body. And so some things, we need this reinforcement. As you know, you've learned spiritual lessons, and they get reinforced over and over until we finally get it in.
Yeah.
Because one of us wants to believe that we're here and that this is real. And some of the things that happen to us are very deeply etched in. So either they get released immediately, or over time they get broken down. And you go through life, we're still going to have some stressors,
Yeah.
but you're going home, laying on the Harmonizer. I do it at nighttime before I go to sleep, and I will fall asleep on it. And there's tracks that are an hour, there's tracks that are 7 hours, there's tracks that are 11 hours. You got it playing all night long. So you're continuing to reintroduce this harmonic state, this harmonic resonant frequency, like chakra ohms that we just played. This is ancient.
Yeah.
They've been doing this for thousands of years, ohming.
So question, because you know how YouTube has a ton of frequencies, solfeggio frequencies, the ohms. I've played it for him before. What the Harmonizer specifically, because I don't know, like, is the Harmonizer what makes it vibrate, or is it just the speaker? Like, what exactly is the difference between someone saying, oh, well, I can just turn on YouTube and pop in my headphones and it's
Yes.
the same thing. So
Okay.
what exactly
So we've had,
differentiates?
at the trade show, we had a couple people say the same thing. But a reader and a healer said, listen, Mark, I've tried all kinds of sound healing. The headphones. She goes, there is the biologically resonant Harmonizer. It does not, the headphones does not compare in light years to what I've experienced, the power of the same type of tracks that I listen to on headphones.
Got it.
So remember, you're listening to the same tracks on headphones alone, but it's not going into your whole body. It is going through your body at a weaker level.
It's not
But
resonating.
this is up and down the center of your chakra points, the center of your spine, where all that energy is running up and down. Headphones cannot do
So
what
it's about that actual padding piece, right? Like the actual padding piece. That was
So
on-
if you put speakers around you, it's not going to do what it is by using the biologically resonant Harmonizer, having that vibration directly against your body.
I definitely felt the vibrations going through the chakras. Definitely.
And I will tell you this, I'm not the only one that has a vibroacoustic massage table or pads. The difference is these guys, for some reason, start at $2,150 and up to $5,400, and there's no difference in the effect. I've watched some testimonials. They're the same.
Okay.
But these people, they're not advertising. They've got it priced way out of reach of anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Would you pay $1 a day for 500 days to have one of these?
$1 a day?
Yeah.
Yeah, $1 a day. Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Right. So this is extremely affordable. And by using it over and over again, you are reinforcing that harmonic tone.
Yeah.
Over and over, breaking down old patterns, plus the work that you do. Not easy to release hurts and pains.
Oh, I was kicking and screaming bloody murder
Yes.
after a 6-minute Bufo session.
A what session?
Bufo.
Yeah. And I did notice when you walked in here, you were very guarded with your energy field. Your arms were folded over, right? And you're checking out, who is this guy? Is he safe? which is natural in the world that we have lived in. That has to do with your own comfortability of how safe you feel in your own body and energy field. And I just noticed your energy, you were guarded. You're not letting anybody in until you decide these guys are safe, I can let them in. Otherwise, I'm going to keep people outside of my field. That is a natural defense mechanism. Does that sound right?
Yeah, and I also protect my solar plexus by doing that. So
Your emotional center.
Yeah, so your solar plexus is through the belly button, and when you are unfamiliar with certain territories, or you just don't know, you block the battery by either putting the arm across, or you can put your hands like this.
And I notice, because I can sense energy fields, and I could feel how you guarded yourself. And I feel you now. You're not guarded. You are relaxed. You allow your energy to just go out and to naturally be you. You don't feel like you need to be protected. And it's so obvious to me. You can see it, you can feel it, and you're just cool.
It's cool, calm,
You guys
collected,
built rapport.
You know, I just feel very, very relaxed. Powerful effect. I can feel my body still vibrating to that frequency.
It may vibrate for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, you had 3 pads on you versus the trade shows, which were just the lower large pad. And then we have a few testimonials that did have the hour treatment with 3 pads.
Yeah.
All right, so is there anything else that you could think of that you want to say at this time?
So my head is still, it doesn't hurt, but it definitely feels like something is tingling, something is going on still, like in this moment. When you mentioned your back before, I had forgotten that, because like you said, we both said, it's an in and out. Like you come back and then you go somewhere and you come back. And it's like I could feel like on my side, I could definitely feel like something going on. And then I was thinking, does this thing like burn calories? Because then I felt kind of hungry. I was like, am I hungry? Like it was just, it's definitely moving. And
Let me
shaking some
answer.
things
So you
around.
still have energy moving. In other words, you've heard in healing work, give it time to process.
Yeah.
So right now, you guys, your body's mind, spirit, soul is processing this shift and this opening of energy through your body. And it will take time before that settles back in. It might be an hour, it could be 5 days.
Yeah.
For it to totally settle back down. But you will be, especially you, you're going to be in a different state.
Okay.
You've released stuff.
Yeah, my head is still like on a swivel. Like I can just feel it. It's so, even in this moment, all of this is so intense. But I definitely put it in intention. So I think that's
don't
part
expect
of
that you're going to need to have to work on the same things that you were in the past. You might have released some of that stuff or a lot of it.
Really?
Your energy field is so much softer. It's so much softer than when you first walked in.
Yeah.
You're just big, tall, and strong, and you're like, you're about the same, but I could see that you did really like that a lot.
I enjoyed it very much.
All right, guys, thank you so much. And I just want to ask if later on in the week you feel like, Mark, I want to add, because now that I've thought about it, now that a few days went by, and if you do a little bit more on a video, that would be great.
Okay. Like just send you something?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
The biologically resonant Harmonizer, a sound frequency healing device by Second Earth. SecondEarth.org